Hey Josh, good morning.
Good morning. How's it going?
I'm fine, thank you. I didn't know there's a passcode, but now I got it, so here we go.
No, no worries at all. I'm glad you got it, and I'm glad that we're able to talk about some brand new Primal Fear. I'm so happy that
Yeah,
I get to do this. I've
thank
gotten the
you.
chance to be able to check out the new album, of course, coming out in September through Raining Phoenix. Uh, Yeah, it feels like the band is just rejuvenated now in 2025. I mean, of course, that's always going to happen with a new lineup. There's always going to be something new that comes with it, but this time it just feels a little more special this time. I really love everything that's going on with all of the tracks, whether it's all guns blazing, whether you're slowing the tempo down a little bit, whether you're doing something a little broader like with Eden, everything that's going on here, just a spectacular album, and it's
Oh,
so
thank you.
awesome to talk about it.
Wow, that's really great. Thank you very much. This is a great feedback. I'm really happy.
Oh, absolutely. So, with that in mind, I mean, obviously, with so many changes that have happened over the last couple of years and everything, what was it like to finally start writing for this album?
Josh, we started early before the lineup change already, so this was pretty much written when the guys came in last year after this split. However, I don't know if it's the next question or whatever, but let's say it positively. We have the lineup change now, and the songs were written. So Andre put in his drum work. Of course, he's we compose songs with the drum machine, but of course, in the end, when it comes to real recording, the real drums are recorded in the big studio. And that's where Andre brought in his arrangements for the songs as well. He's not really reproducing what we did on the demo, so he's really bringing his parts as well. The same for Talia. She came late. She had no chance to write songs that were written. So what she did, she arranged the solos and had some harmony stuff going on. The guys, Magnus and her, were swapping files back and forth, and they arranged the solos together. So that's how they contributed to the album, which were written, like I said, with 24 songs we have pre-written and 15 we chose. 13 are on the album. Two is going to be some extra releases later on.
Oh, very cool. I didn't even realize there was that much material that was ready to go for the album. That's so cool to see that that inspiration was hitting at the time.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, awesome. And even though I've already heard the album, I can't wait to hear those additional songs that are going to be released at a later time. I'm so curious to
Yeah,
see what those are going to be all about. That's so cool.
yeah, cool.
So, also with that said, I mean, it really does feel like, at least from what I've seen from like the singles and everything that's been going on, it feels like this lineup really is like what Primal Fear should be in 2025. I mean, what was it like? I mean, with like getting everyone together for the first time and being able to do all of this. I mean, with this new lineup, how did that start to feel for you?
Really excited. After all these years, I mean, after all what happened in a bad way, it was really fresh air again, and it really motivated each one of us to continue what we love to do, writing songs for Primal Fear with this band and go on the stage as well with positive people, positive minded, nothing to bitch about anything. So really, everybody's really happy and positive, and that really you can see that on stage now as well. We have quite a lot of fun, which we always did. I don't want to bash the past too much because we always, when we were on stage, we're always that team. And I'm not the guy saying we're best buddies, and the very next day we're enemies. That's not the case. But I mean, there's certain stuff that happened, which and I was in between, so it was not my choice. I wasn't not my choice to fire one person. It was not my choice that the others left. So I was unhappy as well. But you have to take things how they come. And I'm a positive guy. I want to look bright into the future. That's my way I proceed anyway. So you can think about the past, but you can never somehow get stuck to it and don't proceed. No.
Yeah, and that's what I get from listening to the new album is like I mentioned in the beginning, it does feel like a rejuvenation because, obviously there's so many trials and tribulations of being in a band, just from life in general, just from being in 2025 in general, let alone, lineup changes, whether they're good, bad, or otherwise. But when you find the right people to be in the band with you, you want to be working towards the same goal and being able to write the best music possible. I think that's what's going on with Domination. I really feel that throughout the
That's
entire
true.
album.
That's true. Yes, that's true. It's very much positive written, although the theme sometimes in the lyric have to be critical, and we have some stories added. I mean, sometimes it's our personal experiences which are in the lyrics, and we add some science fiction here and there or some other story which is rounding the story up a little bit, which is not too obvious your story. It's pretty much a story for everybody. So in the end, that's how we proceed. And right, like you said, yeah, I mean, every song on this album, that's what it's another feedback from another person said this could be a single almost every song. And that's also a great statement. And we're really happy that is so well accepted by the press so far. And hopefully by the fans as well. But I think yes, because this is a strong album.
So, again with that, obviously with songs already written in the past and being able to have like so many songs written for the album and potential stuff for going in the future as well. Obviously, two songs be coming out in the future, but any potential songs that also end up in the future. What about on your end? What was it like to start like penning lyrics for this? What was it like to start recording vocals for this?
When it comes to lyrics, I'm always thinking about digging in my box, my entire life, my treasure case, or however you want to call it, and digging just a story which searching for a story which might fit to my melody I have first. Because when I get playbacks from the guys and they say, "Hey Ralph, it's your turn now. That's your turn for lyrics and melodies." I have melodies, of course, and then I build a story around with lyrics. So that and whenever I compose songs, everything I do on my own. But then, of course, the guitars come in for mid-range arrangements in the mid eight or something, or the down parts, which I'm not saying I'm responsible because I'm not a guitarist. Yeah, so we work together as a team, as you can tell. So, and this is pretty much the good thing still. It's not somehow one guy writing everything and everybody has to somehow repeat whatever he does, whatever the one guy says. We're a team and everybody's bringing in his talent. When it comes to the vocal recordings, I did everything the last 10 albums I recorded here at home. And I don't want to miss the times we had even started with Gamma Ray back in the days when we were having this team we're going on also in the studio recording on tapes. And that's really building up all my experience to where I'm now, where I can record my vocals on my own. Because we're back in the days, you learn so many things from Kai as well, and working together with Matt in the studio when we recorded on tape. But now I'm so much of a perfectionist that I really repeat as long as I'm happy with it. And the good thing is nowadays you got the time because if as soon as you have the tempo for a song, you can really take your time and somehow record the vocals within 4 or 5 months. Back in the days, it was 4 or 5 days for 13 songs. So that's the major difference. You have your time.
Yeah, and that's got to be such a great feeling as well too when you don't have that time constraint, when you don't have that financial restraint as well too, paying by the hour to make sure that you get the best vocal performances in just a couple
Exactly.
days to be able to get recording. You're able to do it at your own pace. You're doing it at somewhere that you feel very comfortable with. You're building up the equipment to make sure that it's everything that you want it to be. And
Yes.
obviously with equipment, you always like stuff always improves. You always want to be able to upgrade. You always want to be able to get the best sound possible. But when you're able to do it at home like that, the pressure's off and you can really do the best possible performances.
Exactly. And it's still expensive stuff. So I got really hardware standing there. It's not only software going on, there's the microphone, there's the preamp with the compressor and everything. So it's all like it was back in the days, apart from the fact then just differences recording it on a hard disk. That's the main difference.
So when you are doing that at home and you are able to take your time doing that, like when you're going through different takes, like when you're going through all that, like when do you know that it's right for you? When you did the right take, when everything's coming out the right way?
When I'm totally 100% convinced, and then of course I send it also to Matt because when I have the only guy judging it, I would never stop. So then it's pretty much also task for Matt to decide, and he's 99.9% satisfied, and 0.01% he says, this little note might be half a note too high or too low. and then we changed stuff a little bit, but not so much, you know. So pretty much, I'm very my own highest critic. That's why is that how you say it? Say it. So the quality gate is pretty narrow. That I would release something which I'm not satisfied with.
Oh, very cool. And yeah, again, just every time that I keep going back to the album, I keep using rejuvenation as my description for it because just like everyone a part of this, whether they've been there since the beginning, like yourself, whether it's someone brand new that's a part of this, it just there's just this fire. No pun intended, obviously so much with fire with this album,
Sure,
just
thank you.
so much
Yeah.
going on with all of this going on here. And I love hearing all of you together. And I love the fact when you do get together, when you're playing the songs live and everything is going in the right direction. What
Oh
was it like
yes.
to start like working with the band in the live setting? Like deciding what from the past you're going to be playing, what new songs you're going to be playing. What was it like to put all that together this time around?
Yeah, I mean, you know, we've been rehearsing our butts off. We're rehearsing our butts off, and of course with new members because they got to know, learn the old songs and the new songs. So took them a while to dig themselves into the studio and rehearse. And then we are coming together now to rehearse the set list for the tour, which will kick off on September 5th here in Europe. And we're bringing old songs and old songs we never played, and of course, four to five new songs. And we form a set list, which is not easy after 15 albums, but we will find the right thing which is fitting to us and what people would love to hear. And we're really looking forward because it's going really well. The entire team is working hard in a positive way, and that's really good.
And I'm so happy to hear that about the set list and well, obviously everything coming together in the right direction, but with the set list, I love that you're still adding material that either you haven't played in a long time or stuff that hasn't been played before, and with the new music getting good representation as well too, because it could be so easy to just rest on your laurels and just do a best of set every single time, and I love that you don't do that.
No, I think it's a best of already. So, you know, if you got a new album out, you got to feature that and you got to support the album, of course. And it's the same day release date, 1 week off the tour. So that's only helping if you got the new stuff playing.
Yeah, I can't wait to see what that set list is going to be like. I'm so excited about all of that. But
Thank you.
yeah, when you are doing the like when you're like going back in the past and picking out different songs, is that from like any of the new members, like any of the ones they wanted to do? Is that anything that you wanted to be able to pull from there, or how does that come together?
Everybody can have a word. So, yes, we're trying things out. So, pretty much, but what we did, pretty much, Matt and I and Magnus did the last set list. And then we just said, let's try it out because sometimes some songs don't work when you play them live. If you got those shuffled tracks, for instance, it's not always easy, you know. But and then you got the other songs where I think they don't work live, all of a sudden they work live. So it's all a matter of trying it out and figuring it out in the rehearsing studio. And that's what we're doing these days.
Oh, yeah, such a great way to do it as well too. And just making sure that it is going to work in the live setting as well too. It's just like you want to make sure that you're able to deliver the best possible live set that you can.
Exactly. Yeah.
So with that in mind as well too, I mean, obviously there's been a few singles that have been released off of the new album as well too, and one that's coming out next week as well. Like, how did all of this come together to be able to decide like what are going to be the singles off the album?
That's a good question, Josh, because this is also a talent you have to have. And Matt has this talent. He was choosing the following on the album, which you can really, the album can stand and fall with the order of the songs on the album. And that's a great choice he did. And same with singles. So we said we want to release Far Away first because that's pretty much our trademark with the shredding guitars and our fast rhythm and melodic vocals. Same following the next single with The Hunter, a little bit not so fast, but still heavy in the guitar and very much melodic in the pre-chorus and chorus. So that's pretty much how we proceed. That we think what would be smart to mirror our Primal Fear style heavy metal, which we're really doing for so many years now. And the next one is also very melodic again. And you know, you can't please everybody. There's going to be people bitching about this and that, but it's a matter of taste, like food and drinks and so forth. So we're okay. with different opinions, no problem.
Well, yeah, and it's funny you bring that up about not being able to please everybody because when I listen to the album, I feel like there's a little bit of something for everybody on this album. Whether you like the really fast songs, whether you like the more mellow songs, whether you like the more instrumentated songs on here. I mean, there's a little bit of everything on here. So I
Exactly.
think when
And
someone actually sits down and listens to it, they'll find something to love about this one.
it's good that you're saying this, just because when you put out the first single, second, so just two songs, and people, oh, I don't going to buy this album. You don't know the album from two songs. Just listen to everything. And of course, there's candy left on the album, which we will not release because we want the people to buy the album and not have some fillers left to release, you know. So that's going to be, for example, I Am the Primal Fear. This track could be easily a single as well, but we kept it on the album to release on September 5th, that there's still something left.
Yeah, and I'm glad you brought up that particular track. I mean, what was it like to finally have like a title track for the band?
Yeah, it's a good idea. Matt came up with it, and the very first thought was it's a little bit odd to say I am the primal fear, but you know, it is when you read the lyrics, it makes sense, you know. So I'm the primal fear. I'm a martyr. Even if I go down, I go down in a good way. And if I survive, you knew it because I'm the primal fear. You got to take care, you know. So you see, it's pretty much metalish, and in the end, it's valid after everything is recorded, right?
Oh yeah, I think it's a good battle cry for the band in general. And it's just again, like after this many albums that you can put out like a title track for the band like that and it just hits as hard
Yeah,
as anything off of the first album.
yeah, yeah. Thank you.
Oh, of course. Getting back into the singles and everything. Oh, especially for like the first single and like that what was it like to film the videos for this?
Well, the first one was just shot in the studio where we recorded the drums, and that was just with a handy cam. That was no iPhone. It was better than an iPhone, but it was just filmed around when we were recording and shit. So that's pretty much what our attention was, to make a little bit of a studio report. And the second one, The Hunter, and the next one now, Tears of Fire, was recorded in Sweden with Patrick Olaus, who did so many good videos already in the past with different bands. So we decided to go there as well. He likes the music, so he has his story already for the songs in mind. And then we went up to Sweden, had a green screen going on, and a major stage set shot, which is going to be released next week. Then
Oh, that's so cool. I can't wait to see what that video is going to be like. I mean, being familiar with the song now, I can't wait to see that visual representation that's going along with that as well. I can't
thank
imagine I'll
you.
be let down because I love the video so far, so I know this one will be great as well.
Thanks. Cool.
And speaking of visual representation, there's so much to love audibly about what's going on with the album, but visually, I love it as well too. And of course, I'm talking about the album cover, which I just find to be so striking, and I find it to be such a great representation for the album. How did that come together?
Yes, I mean, we've been working together with Death Milk's designs, and Matt pretty much had this conversation up and down, or sending back and forth some drafts and so forth. It's an AI combination with hybrid, so with manpower as well. So it's a hybrid solution. It's not only AI, right? So because I can, I think we could talk about AI for hours, which is some things are helping and some things are just totally trash and bullshit, especially when it comes to writing music, but that's another story. So whenever something is looking good, and I think this album cover really looks powerful and really fits the Primal Fear, and it's the expression domination, because the eagle is there dominating the sky and interfering the war scene which is going on down there, and hopefully calming down everybody. So that's pretty much, uh, we keep that open, that everybody could somehow have their own imagination for what's going on there on the battlefield, or whatever it is, you know. So pretending somehow the victims from the attackers and so forth. So it's like when you had your own themes going on as a kid when you play the battlefield stuff, you know. So everybody can somehow think themselves into this story and make their own story out of it.
Oh, that's just so cool. So I also got to imagine, obviously with the album cover that's going on, that's also going to be represented in the live show as well. Like, do you have like a banner for that, or the bass drum heads, or is all that being finalized right now, or is that all good to go?
In the works. So yes,
In
so right now we're working on it for the new stage set, and some things you always have to negotiate because of cost and so forth. So it's always somehow pretty much a compromise, but a good compromise. So we're happy how the stage is going to look, and we will check it out soon.
Oh, very cool. Yeah, I can't wait to see that as well too. I mean, obviously, playing over in Europe first. Over here in America, I'm not going to see that first, but it'll be so cool to see the pictures and stuff like that
Yeah,
of what the live show is going to be. Like that gets me excited every time that I see you guys live, seeing how everything looks, whether you're focusing on the album, whether you're just focusing on the band in general, whatever the case is, like you always put together a really cool stage show.
thank you. Yes, great.
Uh,
Our
so,
pleasure.
oh yeah. So with that said, obviously, you mentioned again coming up in September, which is with perfect timing with the album, the touring will be beginning as well too. Is there any plans that are coming up after the upcoming tours, or anything that can be talked about yet for the end of the year or 2026?
Yeah. So we are negotiating right now. The booking company is doing the second leg of the European tour next week, not next week, next year then, because we're pretty much covering mid southern Europe at the moment, but there's going to be northern countries more next year then. South America is on the map. So some Japan is on the map, some summer festivals again. And I know there's going to be the question about America, but it's not so easy to come to North America anymore. I mean, you don't hear the story the first time with all the working visas, social security numbers, seeing lawyers, going to the embassy, losing a lot of money and not even knowing if you are able to go in. And that's a high risk, and it's too expensive, this risk right now. But I know there's still bands doing it, but then you got to tour for 3 or 4 months, and that's at the moment also impossible. So we will see what's happening in the future, Josh. So we're working on it, and I'm positive that we will be there again soon.
Yeah, and I really hope that happens as well too. But whether it can financially happen or not, I'm thankful for all the times that you were able to make it over here,
Yeah,
including the very first time I was ever able to see you back in 2009 in Minnesota. You were headlining a show at a venue that's no longer around anymore called Station 4. You were part of this thing called Minnesota Metal Fest. I
oh
was right
yes,
in
it
front of
was.
you the entire show, and you were giving out fist bumps. I was the very first fist bump. And you had so much energy hitting my fist, I thought you separated my shoulder. Like you had
Oh,
so much power that was coming through there.
I'm
But I didn't
sorry.
care because I thought that was the coolest thing that ever happened to me at a show at a time. And then you just put on this incredible show back in 2009, all the way back then. And I
Yeah,
still remember
thank
that to
you.
this day.
All the adrenaline.
Yeah, and I know you guys still deliver that as well too. And of course, there's been so many trials and tribulations that's happened, since the beginning of the band, since 2009, since 2025, all of that is
Yeah,
going to happen. But that's what just makes me so thankful that the band is still going strong, arguably at one of your highest points ever, if not your highest point right now in 2025. And I think a
yeah,
lot of people are going to hear that when they hear Domination as well too. Whether they love the singles, whether they're not really sure how they feel about the singles. I think people just need to sit down and listen to this once, and they'll see that you guys are still putting some of the best material that you've ever put out here.
thank you. I totally agree. We're on a prime time, on a prime, since what you call it, in the 60s. Yeah,
Oh,
thank you for the
absolutely.
compliments, Josh. It really
Oh,
helps a
abs-
lot, making
oh
my day
yeah.
here.
Well, I'm glad to do it. This is an interview I've wanted to do ever since I started doing this back in 2011, and I'm so glad we were able to do this. I mean, obviously, I've gotten to promote Primal Fear in that time, but being able to talk to you, this is the first time I've gotten to do this outside of social media, outside of anything else, and just being able to do this and just being able to
Cool.
talk about the positive stuff of Primal Fear, because it can be so easy to do like drama and talk about all the negative stuff. And I'm sure Blabbermouth would be loving to check out this interview and looking for any of that dirty laundry, but I'd rather just
Yeah.
focus on the positive stuff because I want people to hear the album and hear how good you guys are going right now rather than talking about the other stuff. There's so much good to talk
Oh,
about.
thank you so much. Problem is, I have the next one in 5 minutes, so
Oh, yeah, that's why I was wrapping this up right now, and I just wanted to make sure that
oh,
you'd have enough time for this, and I
sorry,
just
I
wanted to
did
show my
not. I
appreciation
didn't
as
want to
well.
strangulate this one. Sorry for
Oh yeah,
that.
oh yeah, and that's why I wanted to save my appreciation for the end, and just like get all the good stuff out there, but also just show my appreciation for you, for Primal Fear, everything that's going on.
So
Domination coming out in September through Reigning Phoenix. Of course, the upcoming European tour coming up in September as well. I'm looking forward to all the announcements for everything that'll be going on
mhm.
for this album cycle and everything else going on. I want to thank you so much for taking the time to be able to do this.
I
Thank you so
appreciate
very
Josh, and
much.
thanks for your words, for your positive words. It's really kicking me in a positive way this day. Thank you so very much.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, one last time, thank you so very much for doing this. This was an absolute pleasure to be able to talk about everything good in Primal Fear, and I hope you have a great rest of the day.
Thank you for having me, Josh, and have a wonderful day as well.
You as well. Bye bye.